About Arsenal and Manchester City, creating that two-horse race scenario over the seasons. Now, whether
ይህቺ ኢትዮጵያዊቷ አትሌት መሰረት ድንቄ በአህጉራችን አፍሪካ ያለውን እጅግ ከባዱንና ጠንካራውን የማራቶን ውድድር አሸናፊ ሆና ለማጠናቀቅ የህይወቷን ጠንካራ ትግልና ፈተና እያደረገች ነው። ይህ ውድድር የአፍሪካ እጅግ ሀብታሙና ውዱ ውድድር ነው። አሸናፊዎች $50,000 ይዝቁበታል። ግን ደግሞ እጅግ አስቸጋሪና ከባዱ በፈተና የተሞላና ውስብስብ የሚባለው የማራቶን መድረክም ጭምር ነው። እናም አትሌቶች ይህንን ውድድር አሸናፊ ሆኖ ለማጠናቀቅ ያላቸውን ሁሉ ይሰጣሉ። 2026 የተደረገው የሌጎስ ማራቶን በተለመደው ከፍተኛ ጉልበትና ትኩሳት የተንቀሳቀሰ ነበር። በኢኮ አትላንቲክ ሲቲ በአማዱ ቤሎዌይ በሚገኘው ኦርካ ሾፒንግ ሞል ላይ በሺዎች የሚቆጠሩ ዜጎች ተሰብስበዋል። ኢትዮጵያውያን ሯጮች ደግሞ እዚያ መሃል አሉ። በዚያ ማለዳ እርጥበት አዘል አየር ውስጥ ትንፋሻቸው በጉም መልክ ይታያል። ገና በሌሊቱ በጨለማው ውድድሩ ተጀምሯል። እናም ይህንን አስደናቂ ውድድር ኢትዮጵያውያን አሸናፊ ሆኖ ለማጠናቀቅ ከአፍሪካውያን ወንድምና እህቶቻቸው ጋር እስከ መጨረሻው ድረስ ተናንቀዋል። የተወደዳችሁ የሸጋ ስፖርት ተከታታዮች 2026 የሌጎስ ማራቶን የኢትዮጵያውያን አትሌቶች ጠንካራ የፈተና መድረክ የሆነውን ውድድር ይዘን መተናል። ላይክ፣ ሼር፣ ኮሜንት በማድረግ ይህ ቪዲዮ ለብዙ ሰዎች እንዲዳረስ አግዙን። ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ ቤተሰባችን መሆኑን እንዳትዘነጉት። እንደ አውሮፓውያኑ አቆጣጠር በ2016 ከተመሰረተበት ጊዜ ጀምሮ የኤክሰስ ባንክ ሌጎስ ማራቶን ከሀገር ውስጥ የጎዳና ላይ ሩጫነት ተነስቶ በዓለም አቀፍ የአትሌቲክስ ማህበር የወርቅ ደረጃ እውቅናን ያገኘ ትልቅ ውድድር ሆኗል። የ2026ቱ ውድድር የ42 ኪሎ ሜትሩ የኤሊት መድረክ በአጠቃላይ ወደ $250,000 የሚጠጋ የገንዘብ ሽልማትም ያዘጋጀ ነበረ። በወንዶችም ሆነ በሴቶች አሸናፊ ሆነው የሚያጠናቅቁ አትሌቶች እያንዳንዳቸው $50,000 ተሸላሚ ይሆኑበታል። ውድድሩ ከአፍሪካና ከተለያዩ የዓለም ሀገራት የተውጣጡ ምርጥ አትሌቶችን የሚስብ ከመሆኑም በላይ የአካል ብቃትን፣ የማህበረሰብ ተሳትፎንና የስፖርት ቱሪዝምን የሚያበረታታ ነው። ለናይጄሪያውያን አትሌቶችም የተለየ የገንዘብ ሽልማት ያዘጋጅላቸዋል። የአፍሪካ እጅግ ከባዱና ፈተና የበዛበት ማራቶን ግን ደግሞ በአፍሪካ እጅግ ውዱና ከፍተኛ ሽልማትን ለአትሌቶች የሚሰጠውን ውድድር ለማሸነፍ መሰረት ድንቄ እየታገለች ትገኛለች። በሴቶቹ መድረክ ውድድሩ በርካታ ኢትዮጵያውያን ከዚህ ቀደም አሸናፊ ሆነውበት ያውቃሉ። ነገር ግን የዚህ ውድድር ትልቁ ትኩረት መሰረት ድንቄ ላይ አልፏል። መሰረት ከሌጎስ ከተማ ጋር ያላት ትስስር ቀጣይነት ባለው ስኬት የተገነባ ነው። በ2019 ውድድሩን 2:48:02 ስታሸንፍ በ2021 ደግሞ ብቃቷን ይበልጥ በማሳደግ 2:28:51 በድል አጠናቃለች። በዚህ ዓመትም ይህንኑ ውድድር አንደኛ ሆና ለመጨረስ ከኬንያዊቷ ዳንኤል ፍሎሜና ቺየች ጋር አስደናቂ ትንቅንቅ ስታደርግ ተመልክተናታል። የመሰረት ድንቄ የቅርብ ጊዜ ድል በአፍሪካ የጎዳና ላይ ሩጫ ውስጥ አስደናቂ የሆነውን ታሪክ አስቀጥሏል። ከ2018 ጀምሮ በሌጎስ ማራቶን የሴቶች ምድብ አሸናፊ የሆኑ የኢትዮጵያውያን አትሌቶች ዝርዝር እጅግ ላቅ ያለ ነው። ጉታ መሰረት፣ ከበነ ጫላ፣ አለምነሽ ሄርጳና ስራነሽ ይርጋ ከዚህ ቀደም ውድድሩን በበላይነት ያጠናቀቁ አስደናቂ አትሌቶች ናቸው። የ42 ኪሎ ሜትር ውድድር የተጀመረው በኢኮ አትላንቲክ ሲቲ በሚገኘው ኦርካ ሾፒንግ ሞል ነበረ። ማጠናቀቂያው ደግሞ በቪክቶሪያ አይላንድ ኢኮ አትላንቲክ የባህር ዳርቻ ላይ። የዘንድሮው የማራቶን ውድድር የሌጎስ ከተማ ነዋሪዎች በጣም በርከት ባለ መንገድ ወደ ጎዳና በመውጣት ድጋፋቸውን ለአትሌቶች ሲሰጡ የታየበትም ጭምር ነው። ከአትሌቲክስ ስኬቶቹ ባሻገር 11ኛው የሌጎስ ሲቲ ማራቶን ከውድድሩ በኋላ ከአዘገጃጀት ጋር በተያያዘ አንዳንድ ነቀፌታ ድምጾችም አስተናግዷል። በተለይ በ10 ኪሎ ሜትር የህዝብ ሩጫ ላይ በማጠናቀቂያው መስመር አካባቢ ሜዳሊያዎችን ለማግኘት በተፈጠረ ከፍተኛ ግርግር ምክንያት የሜዳሊያ ሽያጭና የዝግጅት መስተጓጎል የማስተጓጎል ክሶች የተሰሙበት ነው። ነገር ግን ይህ ውድድር በማራቶኑ መድረክ ኢትዮጵያውያንን ለታላቅ ድል ከአፍሪካውያን ወንድምና እህቶቻቸው ጋር አፋጧል። 11ኛው የኤክሰስ ሲቲ የሌጎስ ሲቲ ማራቶን የጽናት የትግል ያልሸነፍ ባይነት ፈተና የታየበት አስደናቂ መድረክ ኢትዮጵያውያንም የሚያደርጉትን ጠንካራ ፍልሚያ እስከ መጨረሻው ድረስ በመከታተል እንድትዝናኑበት ጋበዝናችሁ። ሸጋ ስፖርትን ላይክ፣ ሼር፣ ኮሜንት እንዲሁም ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ ቤተሰብ ሁኑ። ሰላም።
When it comes to physical events like this and why it puts the women also on that level. So it's beautiful to see race is also like this. We don't have to argue with the fact that men will always do better. Maybe one or two women will also go past the men. Not all the men will finish above the women. That's what makes it even beautiful. So it's a mixed event, but we know that the men will always have a better time. And that's why you have a man like Kelvin Kipchumba having the best time for men as far as the history of marathon is concerned. He did that in 2023 with a time of 2 hours 35 seconds at the Chicago Marathon. And you just have Kipchoge as a man who also ran 2 hours and 1 minute. This was the Berlin Marathon in 2022. And you just look at it like you mentioned, the stark contrast with what you have with the women. 2 hours 15 minutes and 4 takes Sefa, who did this for Ethiopia in the London Marathon, just at the what year was that again? Just trying to 2025, just last year. So records are still being broken, but no matter how they try to do it, you cannot have them come really closer to us. Maybe much later in the year, because there's always something to break, and maybe we'll start seeing 1 hour plus in the next couple of years. And it's getting really brighter. We can see the ladies we're talking about on our screens looking so beautiful and energetic, putting all they've got into this one and taking their time to at least be amongst the best. And you can see the pacer also just by them. The pacers don't have their own numbers on them, and that's just to keep you to always meet up with that level.
Now the Kenyan, we hope that they would go on to nick this one, not just as far as marathon races are concerned, even in junior championships. When it comes to those 10,000 kilometers, 15 kilometers, they know how to dominate, not just also in the elite age groups, even in the junior age groups as well. They've been groomed from the onset. They love to run and run for long distances. To join the conversation, just to remind you, hashtag Lagos CT Marathon 2025, hashtag Run Lagos. You can also keep tabs of everything as regards the race by following the Lagos CT Marathon handle across all social media platforms.
Some beautiful scenes right here, I tell you. The atmosphere is just looking all cool. And I think this should help the athletes last longer. Because you know how much heat takes away from you.
It takes a whole lot.
So they have a cool weather. Some would have prayed for this. And you just agree with me that the light showers, which was a heavy downpour earlier, that was at midnight, just chose the best time to stop. Kept the weather so cool. I think everything just happened perfectly for the marathon itself. I think the athletes will be thankful, really, really thankful to see that they have a weather like this to compete. So there'll be really no excuses to maybe stop them at any point in time or reduce how much they are put into this, no matter what the result is.
Ten minutes shy of hitting the 1 hour mark into this race. Energy reducing. Well, the pacer are leading the charge, making sure that every of the runner he's been assigned to will maintain at the very best of pace.
Such a tactical move, I must tell you, when it comes to marathon races and long distance races generally. Having a pacer or two makes the race even more interesting, because you're gonna have a pacer putting all of that energy, and you, who is actually setting the pace for, is slowing down or lagging behind. It's just like a motivation. It's like having a motivational speaker, like we say, aspire to perspire and all. That's what the pacer does. Just helps you stay on track and understand that there is a time you have to meet, and it's actually pushing every other athlete forward, and it makes it actually interesting with what we see at this point.
We're talking about the athletes getting hydrated. Water stations have been provided at 2.5 kilometers, 7 kilometers, 10 kilometers, 75 kilometers, 125 kilometers plus. Other things getting involved. Now this time, we've got that man who has leapfrogged everyone into
የዩቲዩብ ተከታታዮች ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ ቤተሰብ መሆን እንዳትዘነጉ። ላይክ እና ሼር በማድረግ ለሌሎች እንዲዳረስም አድርጉ።
Read them through as the race is ongoing.
Jokanola has indeed kept it clean, but just too serious. And no love shenanigans. Let's focus on our race.
That must be an activist. Must be a comrade, actually.
Definitely not a lover boy.
Say a preacher of love.
I'm still here, still at the Access Bank Lagos City Marathon, the 11th edition. Since its inception in 2016, the very first edition, it has gone leaps and bounds. And the longevity has indeed been palpable.
So just to remind you, we've got some top athletes right here running this race. Talking about Teka Asefa Bayao of Ethiopia. You've also got Demiso Legese Godeta also on the list. There's Wupshid Mise Jote of Ethiopia also. And you also got Sitayeo Legese Yinesu also from Ethiopia on the list running this race at this point in time. As we look at the names of the elite runners, There is 2 Ezra Kipchumba also on this one from Kenya. Emmanuel Naibai, the 2021 winner, also on the list. There is also Silas Cheboit Cheprot of Kenya, Feyisa Debela Tadila of Ethiopia, Ageneho Atulinge of Ethiopia also on the list. There is Benatang of Kenya, still running this race again. There is also Kiptu Edwin of Kenya, Cheyech Cherit of Kenya, Alex Chepwick Saikwo also of Kenya on the list. If you've got the likes of Ezra Kipchumba Kering of Kenya, Wilson Chariot of Kenya, Kip Korea, Dennis Kiptu of Kenya, and Namutala Kefa Lubasi of Uganda. We've got about 2 Ugandans on the list. There is also Lomoy Samo, a popular name when it comes to marathon races. Lots of Kenyans lined up for this one for the men, and you're just wondering, would the Ethiopians actually nick this one above these Kenyans who have come in their numbers to run this race? A question that'll be answered after crossing the finish line.
Indeed, after crossing the finish line. But there's no way, if you want to make a prediction, you are not going to predict a Kenyan to pick this one. So we approach the crucial times in this race. An hour and a half into this marathon race. The runners still going strong. So far, we've not seen any casualty. Definitely something we wouldn't want to see. All outlets still energetic, still looking vibrant and strong.
Maybe we focus more on the elites. We just get to know that things happen behind the scenes. We can't have everybody at the same time. But the beauty is the fact that everyone is on this race, doing their best to see what they can do, get out of it. We've also got some top elites, or some elites as far as some of the women runners are concerned. We've got Gadisa Bekele Gutama of Ethiopia. We've also got Kasaye Agimas Wubu of Ethiopia. Chaltu Tafawaka of Ethiopia is also on the list. We've got Getnet Membratu yet again of Ethiopia. A couple of Kenyans, but you know, for the women, the Ethiopians always dominate. They've won almost every in the last 10 years, maybe 2 or 3. At the exceptions, they've not been able. The governor of Lagos State. To get it more interesting, as we see, I tell you, Ethiopia, Kenya, South Sudan dominating for the women. Just one South Sudanese actually, and for the men, it's Kenya almost all through. We have 2 Ugandans for the elite runners actually, and also about 5 Ethiopians. But the Kenyans actually dominating the list. It has over 62 names of elite runners in this one. Most likely you might want to actually see a Nigerian, but you don't have too many of them when it comes to races like this, and you can see the ladies already separating themselves gradually, moving and setting that pace, and this is where the competition is going to be. But don't be moved, don't be surprised that the 2 ladies you're seeing in front of your screens right now don't win this race. Some people just know how to pick it up, and when it gets to the final minutes and outpace every other person, saving that energy for the best because of the experiences they've got over time. and it works out perfectly for them. So we're taking it one step at a time. We're just watching what is happening, and we're seeing how it's going to end, because just as much as you are suspense, you're on suspense, we're also on some kind of suspension right here as far as who the winner will be is. But that's the beautiful thing about sports generally, beautiful thing about life generally. Even though we have a picture of who most likely will make this happen, sometimes we see surprises. Which means it attracts elite runners from across Kenya, Ethiopia, Uganda, and even the top guys in Nigeria and other nations. We've seen thousands of participants, including international elites, and mass runners converge on Lagos every year, turning this into a major athletic festival. And we are looking forward to seeing how this is going to round off and who is going to nick it at the end of the day. You can see that tiredness gradually, but the spirit of not giving up as they have been trained like military officers is showing clearly in what we see from this beautiful ladies who you would meet on the road looking so unassuming when it comes to competing against them. But get on the track or get on the road or get on the race course, and you will see the difference between you and them. So I tell you, it's a beautiful race we're seeing, and we are getting closer to Eko Atlantic City. We'll be running the final 2 kilometers with just a couple of seconds to hit the 2-hour mark.
Almost there, nearly there. Two hours, 5 minutes, maybe one final time to get hydrated. Here they come. Well, these are your top 3, and they are nearly there now. This is what dreams are made of. 2 hours, 5 minutes. And the Kenyans are making sure that they stay champions as far as the Access Bank Lagos City Marathon is concerned. Building a healthy lead now. You could see the gap, the distance is increasing. Is this going to be our undisputed winner? Looks like it is. Just watching over his shoulders. There's no one behind, no one close by. There's no one really close. Increases the acceleration. He knows he's nearly there. He continues to march on as he continues to fire on.
And just as predicted, you expect that separation of boys from men. This is what you have from that man, leaving every other person behind, using his lanky nature, running the race so brilliantly. And I tell you,
የዩቲዩብ ተከታታዮች ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ ቤተሰብ መሆን እንዳትዘነጉ። ላይክ እና ሼር በማድረግ ለሌሎች እንዲዳረስም አድርጉ።
It's a 2-horse race in the Eko Atlantic City. Still looking tight, still looking competitive, this one. Well, looks like he's tiring out now.
but still holding strong.
Two hours and 10 minutes into the race. A new race course. And we've got our winners ushering us into a new decade of the Access Bank Lagos City Marathon. But not there, but almost there. The finish line not too far. Finish line in sight as they continue to march on. Still got the time to beat as far as our last winner is concerned.
Just as I said earlier, the race for top international honors usually goes down to the tight finish that we always see in the last 10 kilometers. And, you don't also forget the Nigerian athletes who compete not just for position but for national category honors and substantial prize money like I mentioned earlier. But look at what we have at this point. This man is actually setting the pace again. It looked like he was tiring out, but I actually looked behind him and saw that he was being caught up with, and he gives that distant run. This makes it even beautiful, showing that he's got something inside of him that none other athlete has got. 2 minutes 11 or 2 hours 11 minutes run already. Still keeping that pace, and this makes it even brilliant for him.
And he has done it. 2 hours 11 minutes into the finish line, and they are showing that they are the best when it comes to marathon races. And he has made it to the finish line. Exchange of pleasantries from but man, all smiles. Job done. What a race from the very get-go. Stayed in the race, stayed in the course, stayed in the leading position. And right at the final few kilometers, the ante was upped. We've got our top three. Just crossed the finish line now. We've still got more elite runners to make it, and now they come in their numbers now.
Just makes it really interesting, I tell you. Top race, and from start to finish. Just as predicted, they actually separated themselves on the final third, and just had to run the race. And this is just how to win it. This is how to stay strong. This is how to be on the race and from start. They kept it being led by the pacemakers. And look at what they've been able to do at this point. You can see the celebration. The Ethiopian has also crossed. And look at the joy. More than 4.
Sometimes you start together with your peers in life, but you don't make it to the finish line together. Beautiful scenario there. A 2-horse race for the female category, but going toe to toe.
I'm sure a football fan would have just listened and thought about Arsenal and Manchester City creating that 2-horse race scenario over the seasons. Now, whether they are going to bottle this one or whether Dinke is going to bottle this one, like they feel Arsenal would do, as they were trending on social media a couple of days ago, calling them Bottle FC, remains to be answered on this race course. Right now, she's on second. I just mentioned that and it came to pass. But is she going to allow this slide? Meseret Dinke is one we are looking at, and I've mentioned as one of the top athletes for the women. She won it in 2021. Is she going to be losing out on this one? She has a time of 2 hours, 32 minutes and 16 seconds. In fact, she's the second fastest in women's history for the Lagos City Marathon. Trying to just make sure that it's not slippery at this point as they prepare the ladies who are coming in, so there's no casualty or any mess up. Meseret Dinke currently trailing. She had led the race for a long time, and you see some men also still pushing to get through. And I know this man will want to increase his pace right now if he's still got the energy. You know that thing that you have it as a mindset that a woman must not go past me, but can he control this one? Does he have the tenacity, the energy to take it through? These ladies are really showing strength. Dinke is catching up again. Looks like she might be taking their position. Top class race, I tell you, we've seen. Really an international one. Really of gold standard. Dinke looks like she's taking a position again. It's looking like a photo finish we might be having at the end of this race for the women. We already know the male champions. We're looking at what the women will do at the end of the day. It's getting really interesting gradually. And, you just wonder. Two ladies, 2021 champion Meseret Dinke, just on your left of the screen. Both of them checking their times to see how many minutes they have used. The 11th Access Bank Lagos City Marathon is happening right now, and we're seeing some beautiful scenes getting on your screens. Who's winning this one? A question that remains to be answered. Is it Dinke, the winner for 2021, or her greatest rival? This question will be answered in a couple of seconds, a couple of minutes actually, as we edge closer. Lights, camera, action. Oh,
well, nearly there now, not too far away.
just a view from what is left as they have already gotten into the city. Just looking at how this race is going to end. I wouldn't mind seeing a photo finish.
የዩቲዩብ ተከታታዮች ሰብስክራይብ በማድረግ ቤተሰብ መሆን እንዳትዘነጉ። ላይክ እና ሼር በማድረግ ለሌሎች እንዲዳረስም አድርጉ።
You want to make sure you cross that dotted line, and every runner here today will make sure that stays the case.
That's the kind of vibe you need in such a situation. Finally crosses it. Congratulations to you, man. Also gets his own flower. And Dinke is spacing out.
Out of nowhere.
She was actually in the lead. The woman who won it in 2021 might be winning it again.
Oh, look at that for a finish.
And she does it. Dinke has done it again. What a race we just had. How did she leave the lady behind? She did it in 2021. She has done it again. Meseret Dinke of Ethiopia. Yes, she couldn't meet up with a 2 hours, 32 minutes, 16 seconds of time. But who cares at this point? when $50,000 is at stake?
Nobody cares. They will always come to Nigeria to take away the money. But she wouldn't care. She wouldn't mind. Great smile she's got. Look at that for a finish. The pace. I mean, you could tell how determined she was to make it to the finish line. You could see the passion from her celebrations. I mean, what a race. Great finish. And Ethiopia, once again, in the female category, showed that they are the country to beat.
So much of a pace. She outpaced a fellow competitor. She did it in style, waited for the time, and saved that energy. What a race. This is another lady who has made it through. Gets her flowers. Or a bouquet. Whichever one, the lover boys know better. I have one on my right. I'm not going to mention names. I want to focus on the race.
I'll just